Filmic Pro has everything you need to start shooting cinematic video from second you open the app. Start by dragging the square focus reticle to set your focus point, then the circular exposure reticle to correctly expose your shot. If you want avoid these values automatically changing while it's recording, tap to lock each reticle. Next, lock your white balance by tapping the image button in the lower left. Then tap AWB to lock the auto white balance so it's turned red to avoid color shifts from occurring. Tap once outside to close, then tap record in the lower right to start your recording. The time code medallion features a time code counter so you can monitor your time. Displays your shooting's frame rate and resolution by default. Filmic Pro record in 180p and 24 frames per second to give you the film lock, and you learn to configure these settings in just a moment, as well as your available battery and space and audio level meters down and bottom. While it's recording, you can use the zoom record on the side of the interface to perform a ramp zoom and out, and the quality loss indicator will turn in orange, green and red to indicate the amount of quality loss caused by digital zoom. For best result, stay within the green. While it's recording, you can unlock the focus and expose reticles by tapping once on them. Read just as needed. Then tap again to lock to preview the click you just captured. Tap to open the Filmic library, select your click and tap play to exit. Tap pause the X in the upper right and tap once outside of the Filmic Pro to close. To open settings, tap the cog icon and start by selecting the camera you want to use by tapping the camera button to toggle between the front facing selfie camera and rear camera, which will give the highest possible quality. Next, tap to set your recording resolution and compatible headset. You can record in stunning 4K with a bitrate of 100 fps. For extreme quality, but both resolution and bitrate can reduced if available space in your device is a concern. Tap outside to close, then stop. Set your frame rate. Filmic supports a wide range of frame rate including 25 per second for PAL broadcast, 30 fps for APS-C, and if you want to replicate the film look, tap to select 24 fps. The grayed out higher frame rate are resolution and device dependent. If you find that your recorded clip is not conforming to your selected frame rate, then you can enable the experimental focus FPS feature. However, the result will depend entirely on your headset, so make sure you test this with your device before using it. I am going to leave this off and tap once outside to close. If you will be shooting regularly using these settings, save them as a custom present by tapping present save setting as present name and tap set. Now you can instantly record this setting by tapping this Pres 40 name. Then load, which is huge time saver. Tap twist outside to close the setting menu. Now that your setting is dialing. Let's master the Filmic Pro's advanced master manual slider for unparalleled control and accuracy. First, reveal the manual slider. You can tap and hold on each reticle ARC slider on the right hand side allows you to preciously adjust your focus. You can also control your zoom by manually from the slider by tapping T select room. Remember, as this is a digital zoom, it can be quickly degrade the quality of image, so use it sparingly. Tap to return to focus. The ARC slider on the left will let you manually set your exposure. To close your manual slider, lock your values and return to the reticle swipe out. Hybrid, which allows the manual slider for focus by tap holding on the focus reticle to reveal it to make adjustment, while it's using the reticle from exposure or vice versa, and full manual mode, which can be quickly entered by tapping the manual controls icon to look both reticles and reveal the manual slider. Within the manual exposure ARC, your current shutter speed displayed at the bottom with your ISOs above it. If you want to lock your shutter speed and adjust the ISO with the ARC, simply drag until you have to decide. Next, to manually adjust your white balance, tap the Imagine button in the lower left. Currently, auto white balance is enabled and signified by the blue AWB icon. To lock it, just tap it once so it turns red, while prevent fluctuation in color temperature. You can also select any of the 4 predefined presets for tungsten, daylight, cloudy or fluorescent lighting, or adjust the temperature. At time slider to manually set the white balance. To adjust both these values from constantly drag into the matrix view. To save your current setting as a present, tap and hold on A or B and choose to give save. This can now be easily loaded by tapping once on the present. I will return to auto white balance. Tap to lock the ones outside to close. Filmic Pro supports pull to point slider automation, which is perfect for smooth focus pulls. Set your starting focus position, then tap once on the current value indicator to snap the closed pull point into a position. Then set your end focus point and tap to snap the second pull points into place. Now you can tap either pull point to automate your focus pull. If your focus move is too fast or too slow, drag the variable speed slider towards the top of increase the speed and towards the bottom for extremely slow moves. The exact same process can be applied to zoom ARC slider by tapping on zoom. If you tap and hold on the exposure reticle to reveal the manual ARC, you can perform the exposure based pull to point moves in exactly the same way.
Thank you for watching. Stay tuned.